Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to the second class of week 2. This means we're even closer to halfway through. All right, so today what I want to do is we're going to continue going over this stuff from last week and from this week that I started with showing an actual idea for an animation. And what I'm going to do here first is I did get things graded again. So remember that we're using Adobe Animate 2018 for this class. If you're not updated, please review the announcement and let me know. New policy again is looking at the posts, but we don't really have to worry about that in this class. Everybody's doing really well at doing their own work. And remember, this is a 300 level class. Initial discussion, posts need to be at least 250 words long. And you have to have 2 references. They no longer have to be APA format. And your initial post is due by Wednesday, unless we discuss otherwise. And a reply to your peers or me is not your initial post. The initial post is the 250 word long initial discussion. All right, so that being said, we're going to go ahead and continue with where we were yesterday. All right, let's bring this back up. The PB&J. Fit and window. All right, so where we're at. What I'm going to do is we're going to run this to remember where we're at. We start it. All right, we have the peanut butter, the plate, the jelly, and the bread came over together. So we don't want that. So what we're going to do is we're going to play with this now. And this is where the fun part comes in. All right, so we start here. Peanut butter. Plate. Jelly. All right, now the jelly is 3. And the bread is 4. So we have a stop at 30, stop at 40, stop at 20, 10, and then the initial, all the coding for the buttons. All right, so let's take a look here. Let's see, there's 11. So we stop, there's the first button right here. So that starts at 2, starts at 11. Where's 20? You know what? We forgot button 20. So what we're going to do is we're going to take this one out. So let's go back to here. Right here at 20. So we want to start the next one at 20. Actually 21. All right. And then this one is 31. So button 3 starts at 21. Let's go back to the action frame 1. Click on button 3. And the code snippets, remember HTML5 canvas. And we want our timeline navigation. Go to frame and play. All right, so this will be 21. So here's what we get. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4. Now 4 is going to be the bread. Okay, so we're going to move this, go back. So now we go to the timeline. Okay, so again, that's going to be 31. So the code, we got the actions, Frame 1, down here, button. Now we're going to add this one. Oops. Section requires an instant name. We didn't have one there, so we'll let it put it in there. 31. All right, now what we have to do is, now we're going to click on this one. So 5 is going to be the knife, right? So let's go ahead, and now we have to go out to here, right? So insert frame. All right, now right here, what we're going to do is now we have to, starting right here, is where the knife comes over, right? So we're going to start it right there, convert to keyframe. All right, now I want to go to right here with it. Right click, and we're going to create a motion tween. All right, now the knife comes over, and just like the others, needs to shrink down. All right, so there we have it. Now we want to stop as well at 50, right? So let's go back to the actions. Notice 50 is not here. Column 1, 1. So we go back to here, click on 50. Notice it's all blank, right? So for the easiest way to do that, just convert this all to keyframes. Convert to keyframes. Okay, so now right here, actions. Again, notice it's at frame 50. So now I just have to put this dot stop, open, close, semicolon. Now watch. All right, so 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Well, 5's not working yet because we haven't programmed it. But the bread, I want to disappear too because I've taken the 2 slices out. All right, so let's go back to here. Well, once the bread hits here, let's see. Okay, so the bread, we want the actual loaf right here. I want to convert that. That's the knife. I want to do this with the loaf. So let's do this at the loaf. Starting right there. Convert to blank keyframes. All right, so now watch. Let's go ahead and actually go back, and we're going to input button 5. Snip it. Okay, and let's go to 41. Save. And here we go. All right, so now we do this. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. All right, so now we have everything over there. Next step, what we have to do is actually take the peanut butter and put it onto the bread. Well, the good thing is the peanut butter and the jelly, that's going to be easy to do, and same with putting it on the bread. But now I want these to disappear because now we're doing something else, okay? So now let's go back to the timeline. And once we hit here, we want the buttons to disappear. So right there, I want that one convert to a blank keyframe. All right, so this is what we have. All right, so 1, 2, and if I skip it, watch what happens. They all come over quick. And 5. And then these are gone. Piece of cake, right? So we're getting there. Next thing we want to do is now we want to dip the knife into the peanut butter. All right, so to do this, now what we need to do is, now we're going to, these are all going to be basically blank key, start with a blank keyframe on some of them, okay? The plate, that one's going to be there pretty much till the end. So insert frame, so the plate goes out to there. Knife, the loaf is gone. Peanut butter, the jelly, the table's there. And the initial buttons are no longer there. So now we're going to do a different set of buttons. All right? So starting right here, what we're going to do is we're going to do the peanut butter. Okay? Well, we come over here, and you know what? I didn't create a peanut butter and jelly one. So I need to do that just to make everything a lot simpler across the board. So let's go back to the very beginning. Unlock so I can do this. All right, now this is going to be that. This is the peanut butter. So now we come over here, create a new library. PB and J. All right, so we add the color. And well, it's not there, so let's select it. There we go. Over here, and we want the fill. We don't want that, so add. There's the peanut butter. Now you could change this to peanut butter. All right, but I'm leaving it the number. All right, now we want the jelly. Over, same thing. I don't want the stroke, we just want the jelly. All right, so now I have peanut butter and jelly, right? Okay, so next, what I want to do, let's go ahead and we're going to go back to our timeline. And we're going to go to here. Okay, so the peanut butter and jelly, we're going to go ahead and make the peanut butter last, insert frame, and jelly last till the end, right? So insert frame. So now what we want to do is the knife, in fact, is going to go behind those. And the reason, you'll see. So now we want to take the knife. We're going to go to insert a blank keyframe right there. All right, now I could start another section here. Okay, so the knife from here, in fact, instead of a blank keyframe, I want to convert to a keyframe. Come on. All right, now I want to convert to right click, and we want to insert keyframe in that position. So from here, now this knife gets picked up, put in the peanut butter. All right, but the bread needs to come out too. So for the bread, well, we're going to do this for the bread for now and just go out to here. Insert frames. There we go. So the bread goes out to there now. So right now we're going to lock it all down except the knife. Okay. And now the knife at this point is going to go to here. And what I can do is right click and I could cut those frames. But that just deleted that. All right. So what I want to do first is right here, Control, Insert Frame. Right now, I go take this one, move it one over, and right here, I can actually cut. And see what that did? Is it gave me a break. But now that knife's not there. So that's something to think about when we do this, okay? So what I want to do now is just take this, and we're going to remove the frame. But notice how those are now separate. So now what I do is just controlled in this area right here. Okay. So next, what I want to do is we're going to, over 10 frames, dip it in the peanut butter. So right here, well, now we're going to take this and here first, I'm going to stop. Now, take it up and over. Into the peanut butter. Okay. So this is what it does. But notice it goes straight up under everything. Okay, so what we want to do is basically select this. And this is how we curve it so it avoids those. All right. So again, we go like this. Zoom. And it's still a little behind. So what I want to do is each point that it's behind, so we'll come to here, right there, we're going to turn it. Okay, so let's take a look. Now what I want to do is lower that one just a little. And this one. So now let's take a look. All right, so now we put it in. Now when it comes up, it's going to need peanut butter, right? Well, now we add the peanut butter to it. But you're noticing this is knife 1. Knife 2 needs to actually be in front of everything to put the stuff on it, right? So to do that, what we'll have to do, what we're going to do is we're going to copy this whole thing. All right, and you'll see why I'm copying the whole thing. Right click, and we're going to copy frames. Okay, so this is knife 1. 1. Okay, now we need a new layer, and it's going to be knife 2. All right, well, now we just go right here, right click, and paste frames. Now we have the exact same thing. So what I can do now is take this whole thing, whoops, from here back to here. Hold the shift. 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 Come on. There we go. Right click, and now we're going to clear those frames. Clear frames. So now I've separated it, okay? And then from here to here, all I have to do is remove. I no longer need that one, right? Because right here is the same thing. All right, now what I'm going to do is this is going to be up here above everything else, because now I'm going to go straight from the peanut butter to the bread. So we hit here, right? Oh, now we're back to that problem. So what we need to really look at, let's go back. There we go, is this part needs to go to right there, right? So we're going to go back and add that back in. All right, so this can come up to here, all right? But now down here, from this point to that point, I no longer need. So we're going to cut the frames. All right, so as you can see, right there is where that one starts. So what we're going to actually do there is go to here, Control, and we're going to clear the frames. And then at that point, it pops up. Okay? So let's run this again. Now we go around, in, and it pops up. But when it pops up, it's going to have peanut butter on it and basically slide back up. So we're going to have it go to here as part of that, okay? Now, we can actually do this a lot simpler. And what we're going to do, watch this. I'm going to take all that, and now once we go to here, see, it just pops right up front. So to avoid that, what we can do, and we're going to put that all back there, and we're going to turn that one off for right now. Okay? And yeah, there we go. We're going to lock that one right now. So right now, this is where we stand, okay? Right back here. Well, it goes in. Now we want it to start coming out, right? Well, at this point, what we can actually do is go to right here. And that knife's going to rotate up. And it's going to have peanut butter on it. But now what we need to do from that point forward, so right here really matters. So we're going to go to here. Come on, do what I want. There we go. Click. We're going to copy the frames. Come to right here. Right click. Paste the frames. Notice that shot it out. What I need to do is the same thing here. Highlight it, right click, now paste. There we go. All right, so that one's locked. So what we have again, like I said, is shoot around and notice in to out. Well, when it pops out, it's got to have the peanut butter on it, right? So starting right here, we need a glob of peanut butter this size of the knife to come with it. So what we're going to do is an oval, no border. Okay. So we're going to add up here another layer. Peanut. Notice this will give me 2. So B-A-N-U-T, butter 2. All right, so I've labeled my layers, peanut butter 2. So right here, we're going to insert, convert to blank keyframe right there. And I'm going to make a peanut butter loop. All right, now, the fun thing is, as this knife comes up, so this is how I'm going to set this so that it fits the knife. So we go here, here, and it doesn't even have to be perfect because it's a glob of peanut butter, right? There we go. We'll make it a little bit bigger. There we go. All right, so from here up to there. Now what I wanted to do is come up with the knife. So the peanut butter has to rotate down as well. All right, then we're going to make that a tween. All right, so create a motion tween. So now, once that goes up to right there, that peanut butter also goes up, rotates. Now we'll get it back to the size we need. Perfect. All right. So now we go from here to there. Right? In fact, right here, let's go ahead and make it a little smaller. Okay, so now we go up, as you can see. All right, so now we have the peanut butter. It's not exact. That's something you guys would work on because as you can see right there, it's not the same size, right? So it actually, right here, there we go. There we go. So from here, there we go. All right, so now we have it. So at this point right here, now we need the knife to go down below, right? Well, I just programmed it right here. The peanut butter up to that point. So that peanut butter needs to be transferred to right here. Not the peanut butter, but the knife, down to the knife, the old knife layer. Because right there, okay, see, we have the peanut butter, the knife, it pops up. Well, now we're going to leave the peanut butter there, actually, the more I think about it. All right. But now we need to turn this one back on. But everything up to this point, from here to there, right click, we want to clear frames. All right, so see how that works? Now we're on to the next step. But these from here to there are gone. So we're going to clear those frames. Let's try that again. From here to there. Right click, clear frames. All right, now, as you can see, it's there, goes up. Right? Well, right here, now we need to start moving the peanut butter and the knife towards the bread, right? So the knife, now we're going to lock down here. Now the knife comes down to here. Actually, to right here. And so does the peanut butter. Well, notice I did that in one step. So in other words, watch how fast that is. Way too fast. So we're going to take them back to where they were. Okay, so now what I need to do, we're going to go to 70. All right, now go ahead, take the knife down to here and the peanut butter down to there. Okay, and now we're going to add to the knife. So let's go out to here. So we're going to insert frame. Notice everything else disappeared. Well, we need the left and right bread. Insert frame. We don't need the loaf. We need the jelly and the jelly, the peanut butter. Insert. And we need the table. All right, so now we have that much. All right, so here's where we're at. All right, so now what I need to do from this point forward, for right here, the knife is going to rotate. But we're going to rotate it at this angle right here. All right, so it's going to go like that. And in the process, it's going to be throwing off the peanut butter. So we're kind of cleaning the knife off using the bread at the same time. So from here, oops, what we need to do is the option, go across, go up. All right, and now we make the shape. There we go. make it, oops, the shape of the bread. And actually, what we'll probably want to do, there as you go, see, watch, we come down. See how we split that up? We don't want to do that. We want it to stay together. So at this point, okay, well, the peanut butter didn't move. See, now we need to move that back to here. See how that's starting to cause us problems? So now we need to play with the peanut butter to get it right. Well, what we need to do, what we can do, and we're going to do, is right here, we're going to bring this back to here. And that's what I did, as I turned the knife at the wrong spot. So let's go back and put the knife back to where I needed it. Again, this is what happens when you don't plan your stuff out, right? All right, so now, right here, the knife is going to start to go up. So the knife goes from here up. It didn't go far enough down. Okay, so the knife too. What we need to do again, right here, cut it. And we're going to cut it right there. Oops, let's try this again. Come on. All right, now it's decided not to cut again. So what we're going to do is, for this whole frame right to here, we're going to start right there and move it out. And we are actually going to insert a keyframe in that position. Whoops, not the whole thing. I just want it right there. Insert keyframe in that position. All right, now I can go to here, and that's where this will go up. So if we go back, oh, it didn't do it again. Why is that doing that? All right, well, we're going to fix that again. Well, we're going to make a knife 3 then, since it wants to be difficult. All right, or and actually what I'll do instead, we're going to do this. And we're going to remove, cut the frames back to there. All right, so right here we have the knife. Right here, we're going to convert to keyframe. Well, by doing that, oh, it stayed blank. Come on, do what I need you to do for a change. All right, so we're going to cut the frames out totally. And we're going to clear them. Okay, come on. Really? And suddenly it's decided it doesn't want to clear the way it's supposed to. So we're going to remove the frames. There we go. All right, so from here, now right here, I want to insert a keyframe in that position. But notice there's no break. All right, so what I want to do first is put it right here, and we're going to insert a frame. Right here, we're going to do that same thing. We're going to remove that frame. Whoops, I need to cut it first. Cut. No, come on. Cut right. There we go. All right, now insert keyframe. Now I want to. All right. Well, if it wants to do this, what we're going to do is we're going to make this even easier since, as you saw, it's now deciding not to do that. So we're going to make it easier here. Well, what we're going to do, we select this, copy the motion. Not the motion, I want to copy the knife. Okay. We're going to copy. All right, now right here, insert blank keyframe. Right click, paste in place. Now we're going to go to here, insert frame. All right, now we can make this do what I want. So now we're going to create motion, come to the end, take this up. So now we have it together. Well, kind of. It started moving before the knife did. So we're going to remove a frame. See if that helps. All right, so we come up, go in, come up. All right, it's going down and it's separating. So what we need to do is go to right here. And we're going to have to basically do this frame by frame, which will sometimes happen like you're seeing. So we can do this. When it decides to be difficult, well, we have our workarounds, right? And the last one, there we go. Then, all right, so we're going to insert a frame so that goes out to the end. All right, now when it does this, each one of these now is going to be following it. All right, but what I'm going to do is we're going to create a second symbol and insert it right there. So basically from here to here, from here to here, we're going to cut frames. Okay, so right there, we're going to start right there. And when it goes to here, it's going to start spreading that. Well, what we're going to do, we're going to grab this. And we're going to start I'll actually make an oval. Turn the oval so it matches with the knife. Okay, so right here to there. See, it starts to come off. And what I need to do is make that a tween, okay? But we're going to make it a shape tween because here's the start. Command C. I'm going to go to here. Convert to keyframe. All right, Command V. Well, yeah. All right, now, so from here to there, I'm going to make this a shape tween. All right, so right here is where it's got to end. Well, to do that, go back to here. And we're going to, oh, come on. Right there. There we go. What's going on here? Why isn't it doing this? Well, let's do this again. All right, now we can go to there. And that, now, this is going to spread out to the bread. On the bread. And this is a nice way to do it. This little shape tween. It's not going to be perfect. All right, so let's look at how this works. As we come in, it spreads it. All right, that's not exactly perfect, but for the amount of time we have in class, it's going to work. All right, now, well, next, now we have to take the knife from here and now go to the jelly. So the jelly is down here. So we need knife 3. Or what I can do is take this, since this is blank, at that point, can just take that and drag it to there. Okay, well, at this point is where the knife starts again. All right, so next, well, we need a stop right here. So right here, okay, so now right here, we take it, put it to there. So starting at 50, right? So 51 is another start. Well, what I'm going to do is come to right here and see. And we're going to lock that down. And now we're going to have more buttons starting right there. So right here is, we're going to, notice we can't paste it. Okay. I have to actually create space here again. So now we're going to insert frame. And right here, we're going to right click. Hi, Jesse, can you hear me? Hi, Jesse, can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, cool. I wasn't sure if I'd lost my sound. That would have been a bad thing at this point. Okay, so here's where we're at. Now I'm getting ready to create new buttons. All right, so right there,
Okay.
I'm going to paste something. Okay, so we're going to just put some letters. All right, but I have to actually unlock it. Okay, so now we're going to put it right here. Peanut butter. All right, and we're going to, there we go. All right, so that's hard to read, so we're going to make it lighter. All that we have to do is come over here and, well, let's make it a little lighter by going to there. All right, so there's my peanut butter. I'm going to make it a button. Right click. Come on, there we go. Right click, convert to symbol. Button. And this is going to be the spread. PB spread. All right, so I'm going to show you where we're at right now. All right. So we're going to save at this point, Command Enter. All right, step 1. Peanut butter, plate, jelly, bread, knife. Then I have it stopped. Okay, so once we click this, we go to the next step where it starts to put the peanut butter on the bread. Does that make sense so far?
Yeah.
Okay, so we have the stop right here. Now we need that button. So this is now a button. And we're going to put another stop right here. All right. So code stop. And there we have it. So next thing we need to do is click on the button. Go to the code, snippets. Go to frame and play. Instance name, it creates. All right, now I have it at 50. Well, it's going to go to 51, really. All right, now, watch what we do. So we have our our peanut butter. Notice it went behind the plate. Plate, jelly, bread, knife. All right, so this comes up. Now watch. It goes around, gets it, and spreads it.
Cool.
Now we got to do the jelly. The same way. Because I used the bread to basically clean off the knife. So we eliminated a step there. Right?
Right.
Okay, now we're going to do the jelly. And you said you put the jelly on the other half. Okay. Now, if I were doing it, the way I do the peanut butter is I'll put peanut butter on one side, peanut butter on the other side, and jelly in between. Always did that since I was a kid, and it makes it more messy, but you get more peanut butter. So, anyway, so that's where we're at. Now we're going to go ahead and do the jelly. Well, the jelly is red, right? So, and notice I went back and created my peanut butter and jelly just to make this easier to get the colors I want. All right, now, well, so now we're going to create another one. Well, let's go back to here to the buttons, and I can create it. Hey, that's weird. Jelly. Well, I need to make sure the jelly is that red. So we're going to grab this. There we go. And that makes it a little hard to see on that. So I'm going to have to do basically the same thing that I did with the peanut butter. And all I did with that is I took this, went to here, and lightened it up some. And we'll do that. There we go. Perfect. So now we right click, convert to symbol. And this is now the jelly spread. All right, so now I have my jelly button. Well, at this point, this is where we're at. So I'm going to save everything. So you're starting to see that this is where we take it. In fact, let me show you something here really quick. As long as I didn't delete it. Kind of what this is off of. Open up. There we go. Let's see. Tell me I didn't lose it. You know what? I'm going to probably have to look for that for next week, see if I could find it. I was going to pull up the project I did where we actually used a did an actual poster explaining how to do this. So it wasn't animated, it was just the, what's it called?
What's what called now?
A what?
I didn't hear the question.
Okay. We're creating a what?
A button?
Nope. Okay, go back a little further to this whole thing. The project is a...
Oh, it's an infographic.
Infographic. This one's an animated infographic. I was going to show you a non-animated one that I did for this in school, but I don't know where I put it right now. All right, so,
I said okay.
So now, And if you notice, the buttons are on the same layer. I just did a break between the two. Okay. So now we go into the next part here. So we're going to take it out to 100 just in case. We're going to insert the background so the table comes out. Knife 1, well, we don't need knife 1. Jelly, we want the jelly. So we're going to insert. We want the peanut butter. Insert. We don't need the loaf. We do want the plate. Insert. Okay, the left bread and the right bread. So we want an insert on those two, right? So insert. We want to make sure that the peanut butter came all the way across. Insert. And now the knife from here is going to go up into the jelly. All right. So to do that, now all we have to do is come here to knife 2, right here. And what we're going to do is insert we're going to actually go 2 ahead. Insert a keyframe in that position. Come to right here, right click, and we're going to cut the frames. That puts a blank one in there again. By doing that, all I have to do is remove that frame, and I've put a break in there. All right, so now I can start, because this isn't a tween. All right, so now what I'm going to do is go to right here, insert frame. That knife on this whole thing, it is a tween, but I'm going to remove the tween first. And now we're going to go to right here, and we're going to create a motion tween. That way it's all the way cleared out. You don't have to necessarily do that, but I do it just to make sure any residence of the previous tween is cleared out. Because you know how sometimes we have glitches. All right, so now I want to take that knife and right about here. So the knife basically is the button. It's going to start moving right there. Right? So 76. So jelly code. Now you're going to see I did something wrong with the button. That button is on frame 76. Remember, that button needs to be on scene 1 with all the other buttons, right? Well, it doesn't have to, but... All right, so what we're going to do is here, we're going to put 76. Go back to the timeline. At 100, we're going to put in the stop. All right, so now we have the stop. So this is what it does. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Peanut butter. Come on. Now the way I did this by making the text, notice how if I'm not on a letter, there's no button. It's just individual. It has to be on each one. And I could sit there and do that all day. Now the jelly. Well, I haven't done anything with the jelly, okay? So now you see an error with just using the text. This is why I like to create it outside of this as a symbol. All right, now, next. Well, let's go back to here. Now we're going to go to right there. And when we hit here, this knife, what we're going to do, right here, shoots up to here. Okay. She's up to there. So this is what it does. Up to there. Now, I need to take that knife, what's left. So go down to here, right click, and we're going to insert a frame on knife 1. Because knife 1 goes behind it. All right? So at that point, I click on the knife. I'm going to copy it. Now I come to here, insert frame. And now that I'm down there, I'm going to paste in place. So basically, whoops, that should all be blank. There we go. All right, now from that point right here to here, we're going to remove the frames. And down there, we're going to insert the frame. All right, so this is what we have right now. We go across, up, and now right here, what we're going to do is this is going to become a tween. So create a motion tween. And this is going to come back down, but notice it's behind again. So what we've got to do is we're going to get the jelly, then we're going to copy that up above again. So this is why some of these are blank and not blank, okay? So what I need to do is right here, we're going to move this to there, or to right there, into the jelly. All right, so now it's going to pop back up right here, insert frame, and basically go from here. Right, it's going to pop back up. All right, now we need to add all these again. Insert. And again, this goes back to, this is what happens. We didn't plan, so we have to do it step by step, right? So we insert the frames. Insert a frame. All right. And, all right, the peanut butter ended right there. But the plate is there. What am I missing? All right, so it goes down. It's weird. All right, that's right. So right there, it starts going up the next step. But it's going to have jelly on it, right? So we need a jelly too up here. Insert. Jelly 2. All right, now, so what that's going to do is it's going to take a clump of jelly. But that clump of jelly starts right here. So we're going to convert to blank keyframe right there. And we're going to make jelly. All right, wrong color. So go grab the jelly. There we go. Now it's the right color. All right, now to get this the right size and shape, we're going to do the same thing that I did before. We're going to take the knife out, and I'm going to just raise it temporarily, all right? And all we have to do right, there's our jelly. So the jelly is going to come back down into here temporarily. In fact, I'm going to shrink it down just a little. That way it fits. All right, so there's my jelly. Now the jelly, as it comes up, is going to go up with the knife. So this, right click, create a motion tween. All right, so we go to the end, and that jelly is going to go up and rotate. It's not quite where I want it. There we go, perfect. So this is what we have. Let's make sure it fits. It doesn't quite go with the knife, does it? So right here, I'm going to rotate it so it's with the knife. Perfect. So there it stops. All right. Now we have this going. So let's take a look where we're at. All right. So we take 1, and we're going to cheat. We're going to skip to 5. Peanut butter and jelly. Notice it didn't move. Why not?
You didn't set up the button.
I didn't set up the button. Well, I set it up, but it doesn't do anything. Let's go back. Okay, so, well, 1, all the buttons are missing here. Because we have to make sure the button goes all the way across, right? All right, so now let's go back to, there's a stop right there. Remember how I said that I put the code right there instead? And see. Let's go back to here, and we're going to put it there. Now, what we need to do is also make sure, well, 76 is where we want it to start, because that's where it plays, right? So, save, try that again. So we skip to 5, peanut butter, jelly. All right, and there we have a start, but it doesn't come out. Why not? Well, let's take a look where we put the end, the stop. Stop is right there, so it's stuck, right? So we want to take that stop there.
What?
Now let's take a look.
1 second.
So we hit the 5. Now if I hit the jelly, perfect. All right, so now we have it. What happened to my peanut butter?
Is there not a
Put the peanut butter on.
Yeah.
Now watch. Do you know what happened?
Bending that keyframe?
There's no keyframe to continue the peanut butter 2
Oh, okay.
onto that point. So let's insert a frame. There we go. So now we'll skip straight ahead to 5, then to jelly. Perfect, right?
There you go.
Now we need to go down and put it on the bread.
Mm-hmm.
Well, this is where we have to, notice, take it from this spot, okay, and put it up here. The jelly's in the right spot. Now we need the knife to come back up here to right here. So we're going to, right here, insert a blank keyframe. And right here, insert frame. All right, so right there is where this other knife needs to go, right?
Yep.
So we're going to copy the knife, lock. And then right here, insert or paste. Notice I don't have the option to paste it. Why not?
I don't know.
Well, let's go out on the knife too. Right there. Okay, so if I do paste, that does there. But what I need to do is convert to a blank keyframe. Now, come up here, paste in place. And then at that point, this knife is no longer needed at that spot. Okay, so there we go. So next, now that the knife is back up here, it's now in front. Okay, so let's go out to 120 with everything. Insert frame. All right, now, what we're going to do, let's go back to here. That's where the jelly is, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so now this needs to become a tween. We need to right-click, create a motion tween. And this is going to go to right there. But the jelly needs to go with it too. And this is where, well, right here, needs to actually go back one frame. So now, this needs to clear out. Control, remove frames. So it's gone now. So the knife comes straight down. All right, now the jelly. Well, we're on jelly 2. We start here. Now from there, the jelly needs to go down, right? So we'll just shoot it straight down with the knife. All right, so this is what we have. Pick it up. Notice it's a little off, so all we have to do is adjust that. A little crooked, so we'll just come up here. And this is where that attention to detail comes in. All right, now we come down to right there. So we're going to save it and watch where we're at. All right, skip ahead. Skip ahead. There we go. And now it's not going down. Why not? Do you know? Let's go back to the timeline. We stopped right there. We don't need a stop there now.
Yeah.
So this stop, we're going to actually move to right there. So now watch. So now skip ahead and skip ahead. All right, now we need to spread the jelly. That's a symbol, right?
I think so. Should be, right?
So what we need to do is replace that symbol with a shape. Well, to do that, all I have to do, let's go right in we go. It's this, there we go. Right, see, I'm inside the symbol, copy it, Command C. So now I'm back to having a shape. Well, the next step is, let's go back to here. The jelly right here is going to be blank. So we want to insert a blank keyframe and paste in place. Oh, it shot it back up there. Well, that's easy to do. That's easy to fix because we come down to here and we look at where it's at. So we click on that, 904, 493.55. .493.55. And that puts it right there. So if you'll see, it's in the right spot. Okay, now we're going to start to spread this. Well, to do this, what we're going to do, just like we did with the peanut butter. Okay, so the first things first, we're going to take these all out to 130. Insert. All right, so now we're up to the 130. Now the peanut butter's off, the jelly's off, right? So we go to here, knife, the jelly. So we're going to go to here and rotate that so it fits. Okay, now to get that to spread, what we're going to do is take this knife. Okay, so the knife from here is going to just rotate back, just like we did before. And you'll notice we have an extra knife. Well, that's because the knife was supposed to end right there. So we're going to take all those back out. We're going to cut those frames. There we go. Now we only have the one knife. All right, now we go up to the jelly. Well, the jelly right there is a shape. So what we're going to do is right here, insert keyframe. And we're going to move that jelly. But we're going to do it this way. All right, so now we're starting to come up to a jelly shape. All right, so from here to there, this is going to be shape tween. So now watch. Now we're going to save it. 5 and the jelly. Oh, see how it's off though? So it's not quite doing what I need. Let's take a look. But here it's right. Let's take a look. We stopped again. We have to remember to move that stop out. So we save. Now let's do it. So we skip up. And the jelly. Okay, see how it's off the knife though most of the way?
Yeah.
So now we need to go back and find out why. These are those little steps that we have fun with. This is why that now you're starting to see why we definitely say all those have to be on there, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right, so I took the bread from there to there, okay? So the knife should still be touching it. All right, so it should still be there. And as we go up, it's going to be a little still. So it's going to go up slower than what we had it going up. And as it's coming out, come on. Come on, jelly. So there we go. It's a little better. So it's just a matter of tweaking it. And like I said, this is where you guys will have more time to do this, but you're starting to get the general idea. And this is, again, now you're starting to see why animators get paid so much. And perfect. All right, so let's do this again. Run it. All right, we skip up to it. And the jelly. Voila. Now we have peanut butter and jelly, right?
Yep.
How are we going to put the peanut butter and jelly together?
Hadn't thought about that.
Well, what I'm going to do is first put the knife back where I had it. Okay? Because suddenly it's larger than it was to begin with. So what we're going to do is we're going to go back to the very beginning with the knife. So right here. Whoa. What did I do there? Back. Knife 2. Comes back up. Goes over to there. And stops. Oh, and then we move this up 1. And that should have actually gone up to where that one was. So what we're going to do is temporarily move that back 1. And start that. Right there. Then this will now forward 1. Oops. Go forward 1. There we go. There we go. Ooh, that's why it was up so high. So let's fix that again. Okay, so this one should have ended up there. All right, so let's try that again. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Perfect. All right, there we go. Now I need the knife to go back to where I had it, right?
Yeah.
Easy way to do that. Let's go back. Well, all the way here at the beginning. So the knife right there. Now, start right here. Right there. Okay, so right there, I'm going to copy that. So we're going to copy that. Now we're going to come back up here to the very end, knife 2. And I'm going to rotate it and plop it back. So this we're going to move out to, let's go to 135. All right. So knife 2, right here, here, down to here. Okay. Paste in place, cancel. We're going to add another layer temporarily. Paste in place. Right, now this goes right back to there. So this is going to be layer 4 that I'm getting rid of. So right here, we go. We're going to shoot it down. Rotate it. And put it right there. All right, so let's see how that works. And we just messed it up. And Z, let's go back. Okay, so from there, now we want to, this is where we do the break again. Cut frame. Whoops. All right, it doesn't want to let me, so we'll do this. No, we won't. There we go. So we're going to remove the frames. Cut the frames. Let's see if that puts it right back to there. It does. Now from right here, what we need to do is copy that one. So we're going to copy, come to right there. And actually, we're just going to convert to a keyframe. Nope, didn't work. Come on. That's right, I got to take those out. Remove those frames. Remove. Now I can do it. Now, Control, insert blank keyframe. Or not a blank keyframe. If I insert a keyframe, it's going to adjust it. So what we need to do is break it again, right? So we're going to go to right here, insert keyframe in that position. Come to right here, right click, and we're going to cut. So that takes it out. Now I remove it. So remove. So that goes from here to there. Now I'm going to insert frame, and this is where Now I move it again. So we're going to move it down. Here. And up to there. Now notice what happens when I did that. It just went basically straight. So this is what we get, right? Well, I want it to curve out as it does that. So to do this, I want it to curve down and up. That way, it doesn't go through your sandwich. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Right there, it does. So we're going to move that over just a little. All right. Now, I no longer need that one. So that layer is gone. All right, here we go. So we'll skip up to here, and we'll skip to the jelly. All right, perfect, right? Now, we need to put the sandwich together, right?
Yeah.
How are we going to do that?
I have no idea.
Well, now comes the fun. All right, what we're going to do. We need to go back, because you'll notice this just has to flip up over.
Yeah.
Well, this is where, notice I've been moving these the whole time.
Mm-hmm.
So now, the right bread, which one do you flip up?
I don't know if it matters.
It would, because jelly's a lot more liquidy and falls off if you do it, right?
I guess you're right.
Okay, so we're doing this for the cleaner spot. How's that? So we're going to take the left one. The left one's going to move over and flip up on top of it. But we also have to take peanut butter 2 and do that. This whole time, peanut butter 2 has been sitting there. Now it's going to do something and move with the bread. There's a couple ways we can do this. One, we just take it. Okay, so now we're going to go to here. So let's go to 145. And insert keyframe. And again, we'll go back. Because of that, watch what happened. Going. Watch the knives. See it right there?
Yeah.
What happened was I moved the jelly. I expanded the jelly. I didn't put any marks on it so it wouldn't do that. Okay?
Okay.
So the jelly here. Let's go to here. So what I need to do right there, move that up. Okay. So that's how we fix that problem. Piece of cake, right?
Yeah.
Now that puts us up to here. We're going to save right there. Okay, so next, what I need to do, we stop right here. It doesn't even get to that far. So now we need to stop right there and put the sandwich together. So we want to come up to the button. Remember the buttons, everything's right here now. I'm going to smush together. All right. Well, what color should we make that? Ideas?
I would go with something like dark, like almost black.
That's almost too dark for there. See what that does? See how that pulls away from everything?
Okay.
Remember, in a moving object, the darker colors will stop your eyes. And that brief second that they stop them, you just lost control.
Thanks. Okay.
So what if we did there? Kind of a green.
Okay.
Now we're going to make that the button. Convert to symbol, smush. All right. Now, so now what we need to do is, well, the smush starts to squish everything. All right. And what I want to do is take it and, well, we're going to click on it and it's going to go to frame 136. Okay. So we could go ahead back here and add that in now. Code snippets, frame and play. I need to select it. Whoops. Oh, guess what? What did I do wrong? Remember, we split the buttons in two layers. So right here is where this button comes in. Does that make sense? Did I lose you?
No, I'm here.
Okay, does that make sense why we put it there?
Not right away, no.
Okay, remember we split the buttons between 1 and through 5 and the words.
Oh, yeah. Sorry.
So right there is where that button's at.
I thought you were pointing to the actions layer, like there were some buttons there.
Converted to a movie clip. So what I want to do is take this and put the code up there.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it needs to convert it to a movie clip, it keeps saying. Let's try that again. Remember, what did I do different there that it didn't want to convert it to a movie clip?
I didn't see you do anything different.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
See, now watch, convert to symbol. All right, now it's cooperating. There we go, convert to symbol. Oh yeah, now it's cooperating. Now it didn't do it. Great. When I wanted it to do it, it won't do it. So we want to convert to symbol, smush, right? Which I've already done. Okay. So now what I want to do is add a code snippet. All right, now watch when I have them all selected. Great, it's not repeating it. Okay, we're just gonna go with it then since it's being nice to us. It's not repeating it. That's what happened was I had them all selected.
Mm-hmm.
All right, now what was the number?
Was it 150? No. It's one.
36.
136. Sorry.
Yeah, that's fine. This is where it starts getting a little confusing when that happens. So 136, right?
Yeah.
All right, so here's where we're at. So we're gonna squish it, smush it, nothing happens. It went back. So let's take a look at that again. So 136, come back here to the button, actions. Now, if I put it here, okay, so it's right there, right now. And it should go to 136, but it didn't do anything except move the jelly up. So let's go to 136 and see what happens. It froze up back there, right?
Mm-hmm.
So what if I move that button to 50 with the others? Now we skip jelly. Okay, the jelly went right over. So let's see why it went back to the beginning. Okay, so the jelly button. Let's take a look at our actions. That's not going to help it, is it? I took it to 5 with the jelly. Okay, 51 is what? Button 5. Well, let's see, what's button 5? Button 5 brings the jelly out.
Yeah.
Okay, so we come down here. Button 7. I don't have a button 7. So that was a typo, right? So we're going to take that one out. See what happens. Now we're going to go through them one by one. This will tell us where we messed up. 3, 4, 5, peanut butter, jelly.
That was your button 7.
That was my button 7. Okay, now why didn't we see it as button 7?
Because we didn't name it 7. We named it jelly.
Okay. But here's where this is something I wanted you guys to see big time. Go back. Okay, so let's go back to 50. Okay, there's 6. There's 5. So we lost one, right? Well, all I have to do is I can come right back here and we're going to input it. But watch. Okay, so that's the jelly. So code snippets. All right. Notice it's button 6. There's button 6. You don't see those over there, right? So why is that showing up that way?
Because that's the order you created the buttons in?
Nope.
Oh, okay.
Remember how I said, now let's add 7 back. We're going to click on the jelly button. The jelly spread button, right? Look at the properties. Really? There we go. Button 6. Remember how I was talking about the instant name? If you're not paying attention, you're going to lose track of what you're doing. That's button 6. That one has no name. So let's go back. Well, if that's 6, let's see, there's 5. We have no 7 now. Because we go back on the timeline. Notice button 1, PB table, the plate, the bread, button 3. See where we messed up when we started letting that happen?
Mm-hmm.
How we've lost control. So those are things to watch out for. Now, the way to put this together, whoa, we don't want to do that. Let's go back here to 50. So what we're going to do to make this work, we're taking those buttons out. Okay? So now, peanut butter. This is going to be PB spread. Okay? So now, in frame 50, we're going to click on the code snippets. All right, so that puts it in 50. All right, now the peanut butter starts to spread. Where's the peanut butter start to spread? Right there. So that's at 51, right?
Yeah.
All right, so we go to 51. So let's go back to our actions. We'll just name it 51. All right, next, jelly. So jelly spread. Code snippet. Okay, now where'd that one go? The jelly starts to spread. We put it right there. Stop. It's 76. So we go back to here. $76. Right? And then the smush together, we're going to call it smush. This is why you keep your instance names close to what you have your buttons. Don't let it rename them. Because as you go further, you're going to start to lose contrast, start to lose control and lose what's what. All right? So now we're going to do this. So notice, smush now. And the smush starts at 136. So we go back to 50. Smush starts 136. Now watch the difference. Okay, so now we have peanut butter, jelly, and smush. Smush doesn't really do anything except go back to the beginning. Okay? So we're going to work on that one next week. All right, but you'll notice there was, at the end there, a little jump with the knife we want to fix, right?
Mm-hmm.
Let's go to the end. So we place it. We want to place it right there. Okay, so the knife from here to there go back and see why we did it. We go out, hit there. Then we go back and back up. Okay, so what we want to do is take this out, right click, remove those frames. Right here, convert, insert a keyframe in that position. Go to right there, insert frame. So now watch. So there's little details I want you guys to look for. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, peanut butter, jelly, and smush. Okay, so now we have it running smoothly. Next week, we're going to smush it together. All right? So do you have any questions for today?
Nope.
All right, then we're going to go ahead and end class. And if you have any questions for the week, just let me know.
Okay.
And by the way, this is one of the 2 ways to make an animated infographic. This one, I make them poke the buttons. Another one, I can leave the buttons out and it just goes through it. We'll convert it to that real easily next week. All right? So thank you for coming to class.
No
You have a nice evening, and I will see you, if not before, next Tuesday.
Okay.
Have a good day.
You too.